oil change day. This truck, my son's truck, 2012 F150 with the 5.0, getting an oil change, and my truck's getting an oil change. Here's the other one to get an oil change, the 17 F150 with a 5.0. They're both close to needing an oil change, and I figured with the price of oil right now on the rise, I might as well just do it now and get it done. I will probably just show you the process changing oil on this truck since they're pretty much both the same. But first we need to get it started because you're supposed to let it warm up a little bit. I'll get her flipped around also. Okay. Before I get into the oil change, look at the bargain I got at Walmart. $2 a bottle. Think 69 natural dough estrus. Got 4 of those. And here's the peak heat dough estrus in a gel stream. $2. Deer season, these things are $15 a bottle or more. I couldn't pass it up. I bought all they had left. I'm surprised they even had any left at that price. And here's another one. I bought all they had left. Engine Stabil engine fogging oil. If you don't know what this is, it's to fog your engine on your lawnmowers, anything that you're going to store like over winter, store for any period of time. You use this to fog your engine and it lubricates the inside. This is what we're going to be putting in the trucks today. I have more of it. Valvoline. I'm a huge Valvoline man. I am not. Valvoline or Kendall oil is what I use. I always have. My dad always did, and I'm sure it's something that I just picked up from him. And those are the two oils that I always try to buy. I have gone with different ones from time to time, but this is what I like to use in all of my vehicles. And of course, it's a Ford, so we have a Motorcraft filter for it. 5W20, SAE 520 synthetic blend, high mileage for vehicles 75,000 or more. This truck has more than 75,000. The other F-150, the black one, the 2012, that has like 215,000 miles on it, but it's still running strong because it's maintained well. So let's get going. Try to get you in there as close as I can to see things on the top side. There's not much that goes on the top side, but they got to pop the hood and take the oil fill cap off to vent things. Can't really see much. Let me try to get a light in there. I have these magnetic lights. Most of my lights are magnetic. The problem you run into with a lot of new vehicles is there's not much metal on them anymore, especially these Fords, the aluminum body, and I don't think it'll stick to the hood up there. I need to get like a light that hooks on your hood and gives you a lot of light, but we'll see what we can do. And just as I said, there's not much that a magnet can stick to. I'll tell you what, if you don't have a light like this, they're well worth it. I need to get a new one. I broke the knuckle here. I had to tape it, but you can twist these in any angle, kind of like that other light I have right there. That one's not as powerful, but these kind of work lights are awesome. I just need to invest. I have two of these, and the knuckle broke in both of them, but they still work quite well. Obviously, if I could reach it, remove the fill cap so we can vent. Step one. This step is the most important step. Invest in a good set of wheel chocks. I don't have a car lift. I still have to jack it up and get underneath it. Chock your wheels. There again, get you a good bright work light when you're working, and get yourself a four-legged supervisor. He's really annoying when I'm trying to do stuff like this because he wants to be close to me and lick me and have me pet him, and he'll crawl under the vehicle when I'm under there working. It gets a little frustrating, but he doesn't know any better. He just wants to be with me. Jack and jack stands. I don't care if you plan to be under a vehicle for 2 seconds, 2 minutes, or 2 hours. Never trust your jack. Never trust a floor jack, a bottle jack. They can fail. And trust me, I have responded to calls where guys have been underneath vehicles depending on that jack, and it gave out and crushed them. And by the time I got there, there was nothing I could do. When you see something like that, you'll never get underneath a vehicle without jack stands. Trust me. Use jack stands, please. And this is the part where I have to get my ass down on the ground and struggle to get back up because of my old man. I'm an old man with a bad back. It's nice when my son is here to help me, but he can't be here today because he's 20-some years old. He can get down and crawl around, and it doesn't bother him like it does me. There we go. Yeah. I'm doing this. We've been watching this series on Prime called The Boys. And if any of you have been watching that, comment. There are some scenes in it that I find disgusting, and sexual scenes, gay scenes, and it makes me want to cringe. I don't like that kind of stuff, but the overall series, I find I'm binge watching it. Amy and I are binge watching it. She doesn't really care for it. She never cared for science fiction type movies, but anyway, we're on halfway through season 4, and there's 5 seasons. Any of you been watching it? Comment, tell me what you think. Find a good place to put these jack stands. I think that's going to be about the best place right there. Truck sits up pretty high, can almost crawl underneath it and work without jacking it up, but I prefer to give myself a little extra space. So get her situated and slowly let this down. Oh, gotta move them back in here. There we go. And what I do, I'll let them rest on the jack stand, but I'll also keep tension on my jack too. So I'm good to go now. Jack stands, 99% of the weight of the truck is on the jack stands, and I have the jack under there. I have two of these jacks sometimes. It's nice to have two. You want to rotate tires or something like that, it's nice to have two of them. Not necessary, but it's nice. Oh, and I made it up. Now I have to figure out how to get you guys under there with me. There he is. I decided rather than try to take my phone under the truck with me, I would use the GoPro. So I hope the audio and everything turns out, because it'll be recorded underneath on that rather than the phone. All right, I think I have you set up where you can see. And as usual, I laid my socket under here and I can't find it. It was underneath my creeper. So let's see if Google was right and it's a 15 millimeter, or I have to crawl my ass out of here. Oh, they were right. These flex head ratchets are the way to go. Most times they can get you out of a jam when you're in a tight spot. Sometimes this flexing part can cost you a little bit, but if you're in a tight spot, it actually helps a lot. So let's see if I can get this in here and not on the floor or my hands. Oh, beautiful. Now we let it drain. I don't know what you can see because I can't see the screen on the GoPro, but I hope you're getting it. And I just ran my hand right through that oil like an idiot. So we let it drain. I was doing so well and I was focused on the GoPro and ran my hand right through that stream of oil. Let that drain, and then we'll move on to the oil filter. It was down to 4% oil life. This was Amy's truck. She drove it for 4 years, 3 or 4 years, I'm not sure. And she decided she didn't want to pick up anymore. She wanted to go back to an Explorer, and she had the specifics of what she wanted on her Explorer. We searched forever until we found it, the one she was happy with. And she's enjoying it. It's a nice vehicle. She keeps all the stupid safety features on, like the lane change things, or you're going down the highway and you get too close, it kicks off your cruise control, and that drives me insane. And it makes me not want to drive her vehicle because she likes all those, and it's her vehicle. I'm not going to turn them off every time I drive it, but I don't like it. So when we take that vehicle, most of the time she drives, especially if we're going to be driving on the highway. I want to be in charge of my vehicle. I do not want my vehicle to be in charge of me. About done dripping. I'm sure I'll edit most of this out, because I'm sure you don't want to look at your phone or your TV or your tablet watching used oil drain out of a hole. This truck has roughly 130,000 miles on it, but there again, we've maintained it well. Amy is actually very good about keeping track of the oil life in her vehicle and everything else that goes with it, tire pressure, and she doesn't hesitate to tell me what it needs, and we take care of it. If you do that to your vehicles, they'll last you a long time. They're mechanical things, so things are going to break. It's just a given. But if you know how to fix them, you save yourself a ton of money. The way I see it is, yeah, sure, it's nice to buy new fancy vehicles and have the latest and greatest of everything, but I don't need them. I'm happy with a vehicle that I can service myself. Call that. Plug back in and figure out where I put my socket. Flip it back around in the right direction. And yeah, there are torque specs for this, but you don't need it. Snug her up. That's all you need. Don't snug it so tight that the next time you do an oil change, you can't get it loose. Oil drained. Let's get you moved and go on to the filter. Oil filter wrenches. You change your own oil, change oil on different vehicles, you end up owning many different type oil filter wrenches. These socket type ones right here I found are the best, but sometimes you just can't get them into where the filter is. Some of these vehicle manufacturers, I don't know, they must hire monkeys for engineers, the way they put the oil filter on some of these engines. And I'll show you this one, and it's really stupid. It's not hard to get to, but when it drains, it's just going to make a mess. So we'll be there in a second. Here we are. Here's what I was talking about. They put the oil filter right on top of this cross member, the front cross member, and when you break that filter loose, it just leaks oil everywhere, and there's nothing you can do about it. Floor dry is your friend. Okay, I have you resting on my jack. Hope you don't fall. That's about the best shot I can get you of the filter. I think I got the right one. Yep, that's the right one. I don't know if you can see that on there or not. Yep, you can. I sock it off of my oily ratchet here. I brought an assortment of extensions because I'm not sure which one I need to get in there. If one will do it, two together, a long one, I'm not sure. Looks like one will do it. And it's not exactly easy to get two hands up here. She broke loose pretty easy. I could probably actually lose this. Get my hand up in here and just unthread it. And there, got oil running out of the wrong places already. It's right on my jack when I cannot get the drain pan in there. So we're just going to have some oil on the floor. And I knew that going into it, but it's a stupid design. I've seen worse though. Filter off, put that in here and let it drain, and sure you know what, rub oil on the rubber here, helps lubricate it. You can get it a little tighter by hand, and obviously When you want to take it off the next time, it'll help it come off. And I cannot see jack up there where this needs to go. So we'll have to do it by feel. Okay, yeah, I'm close. I just got to get it. Oh, come on. There we go. It's on. My hands are oily, so I'm gonna have to get a rag and clean things up. I think what I'm gonna do, my hands are slippery. I'll put this back up there, but I won't reef on it. I'll just, there we go. That's good. Snug. Old oil out. And we didn't make that much of a mess. Okay, switch back to the phone. I just didn't want to take this expensive iPhone under there and take a chance of getting it all greasy or dropping it in an oil pan or breaking it. Not that GoPros are cheap, but cheaper than an iPhone. So now we're done. We'll go ahead and get the jack stands out, get the oil drain pan out, and put the truck down. And yes, I'm a creeper. I have to get on the ground and roll around on a creeper. I wish that I would have built this barn taller when I built it so I could put a lift in it, but it was just a matter of money and cost. And we had a budget, and that just was not in our budget. So I can still get things done this way. All right, let's get this beast on the ground. And this truck's name, and I made a video before saying how all of my vehicles have names. This one, you heard it run. This is Deep Throat. Called it that whenever she bought it, and she hated that name. She told me, do not call it Deep Throat. Now it's my truck, so it's Deep Throat. And I'll get to move the oil pan and see how much of a mess I actually made. I can see a puddle. And it's from that filter. And like I said, there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. Just clean up the mess later. Not horrible. At least it's all in one location. And down she goes. All right. Deep Throat here. And the other truck. They're both Ford 5.0 engines. They both take 7.7 quarts. I don't know how they calculate 0.7. But here goes 5 of them. I'm going to get a little light on you here. All right. So we put 5 quarts in. We need another 2.7. Dollar Tree to the rescue. You can find a lot of things at Dollar Tree, believe it or not, that you can use in your garage. 32 ounces in a quart. So we'll do this till we get our 7.7. I'm not sure what 0.7 is, but we'll do something to make it work. One. Buy it in the bigger, the 5-gallon containers because it's cheaper. Take a little time to do this. Save yourself a little money. Oh, come on. The first one poured out just fine. I think I had it crooked. I think what I'm going to do, because I spilled some pouring that last quart in, I'm just going to go up to 32 ounces and run it in, and I will be fine. We will be perfectly fine. Put the cap back on that so I don't have any accidents. Here we go with the last one. There we go. We'll call that 7.7. Go ahead and get that funnel out of there and get the cap on it. And light out of there without blinding you. Wipe up any mess we made. Wasn't much. Not bad. While we're under the hood, this truck has an aftermarket cold air intake with a reusable filter. So we'll get it out of here. I should have just gotten a socket for it, but we'll get it. Sometimes you gotta fight to get this out of here. My screwdriver down without it rolling away from me. Good old K&N. We'll make quick work of this. I'll tell you what, I have probably 10 or 12 different air nozzles, and these little pencil type things are the best. You get the most airflow out of them for doing things like this. They're wonderful. Just like that, clean air filter. I'll wait for the compressor to shut off and then I'll put this back on. One last thing before I put that filter back on, I'm going to go ahead and clean out this canister with the shop vac. There's not much in there, but we're going to go ahead and sweep it out. Just like that, she's ready to go back in. There again, anytime you're doing anything with a hose clamp, put the screw part you need on somewhere where you can get to it easily. Nothing sucks more when you go to take off a hose clamp and somebody put it on in a goofy position and you can't get to it. Let me get a bigger screwdriver. Or better yet, socket and a ratchet. What I should have done in the first place. Good to go. Till the next oil change. Now I got to find that other 5/16 socket I dropped down in the engine bay. Probably good riddance to it. And no luck finding that socket. Oh well. Tell you a story about these lights. I did some work on a vehicle once. I think it was my wife's other Explorer that she had. And I had this stuck to the frame, magnetized to the frame. And I finished what I was doing, crawled out from the vehicle, put everything away. The next time I went to get this light, I realized I couldn't find it. And this was probably 2 weeks later. I realized, I probably left it under the frame of her car and it's gone forever. I crawled under there. There it was, still sticking to the frame. She drives 35 miles one way to work and back. And for a week or whatever it was, this thing stayed magnetized to the frame of her car. I was happy to see it. And that is one oil change in the books. Like I said, I'm not going to show you the other one. It's the exact same thing. Another oil change in the books. These are the kind of things that I like to do. I enjoy doing. They occupy my time. And you get the satisfaction of saying that you did it yourself. Yeah, you can take your vehicle to Jiffy Lube or wherever you want, Walmart, get your oil changed. That's fine if that's what you want to do. I just prefer to do it myself. Till my next video, this is Graybeard saying, keep America free. 1791, you know what that is. Keep us free.